Dancing, absolutely right.
Straight to answer phone. Your crime is important to us.
Yeah, get used to that. 25% less police officers. What did they say?
They said that the cuts would affect the most vulnerable in society and it would hit them the hardest. That, in fact, was nothing to do with the cuts. That was just from their riot control manual.
If they're so worried about funding the police, surely we should be thinking outside the box. Surely we shouldn't be just cutting things. Could we not, like, sponsor the police, you know? Like we do with buses, you know, we could have ads on the back of the high-vis jackets. I don't see why the police would be any less effective if there was, like, a big Greggs logo on the back of their jackets. It would still work. It was Greggs filling police uniforms. You know?
They actually do have a slogan on police cars. If you look at the Metropolitan Police cars, it says, "Working for a safer London." As if we didn't know what the police were doing. What do you expect then on fire engines? You know, working for a less hot Britain.
They have been asked already to make cutbacks. They've already been asked to say hello only the once, rather than just the traditional hello, hello, hello.
Why do the police need to work for a salary at all? I mean, surely it'd be better if it worked maybe like the system of being a barman in New York. They simply work just for tips. You know, you can say to them, look, if you get my wallet back, I'll give you some of the money in it. It's just rewarding how good they are. You know, pass a bucket round at the end of a riot or something.
Yes, one of the head of the police force did say that if this came through, they would lose 25% of the force, and that crime would obviously rise, which doesn't say much for unemployed policemen and their loyalty. Because I know they'd know what tricks to pull, but still, it's a bit harsh they'd immediately turn to crime. And they also said that and this is the key phrase, they said it'd be Christmas for criminals. Which actually made it sound kind of sweet. They're all going to sit down and have a stolen turkey. I got you an iPod. I have an iPod. No, you don't.
Christmas isn't a good day for criminals.
Christmas is a great day for criminals.
No, everyone's in. It's an absolute nightmare of anything.
In Ireland, see how tricky it was, because everyone would get loads of presents.
George Michael is going on holiday.
There's a bloke on the ladder saying it's going to be hilarious when he gets out for his morning walk.
Has a helpful passerby gone back a bit, back a bit, back a bit?
Has Vanessa Feltz overestimated the effectiveness of her gastric band on the dirty weekend at work?
Is the bloke on the left-hand side on the ladder, is he trying to work out how to clamp it? Is that
fireman on the ladder saying, "Oh, sure, there's meant to be a caravan round here"?
Or are they going, "I'm really pitying the bloke on the chemical toilet"?
He may not have made it all the way up, but he did pretty well to drive it up that far, didn't he?
And you know what it actually is?
I think was it the Hampshire Police, was it?
It is Hampshire, Hertfordshire and Merseyside Police.
Yeah, it had earthquake training.
They had earthquake training during the week,
That's
yes.
right. Which is completely ridiculous. They're training for something which will never, ever happen in Britain. The last earthquake we had, apparently, was in big one was 1931 in Lincolnshire, which measured 0.2 on the Richter scale, and the locals were delighted because all the cabbages seemed to have picked themselves.
It's incredible. There was one in 1931. It would measure 6.1 on the Richter scale.
Oh.
One woman died of a heart attack, and the head of the waxworks of Dr. Crippen fell off. It's the full extent of the damage caused by the last major earthquake.
You know, it's ridiculous. They might as well be training for an iceberg hitting Wolverhampton. There are things you need to worry about, but not that. The things we need to worry about a supervolcano. We need to worry about a meteorite strike, but you can't train for them because there's nothing you can do. The best you can hope for, really, is they happen on the same day and the meteorite falls into the volcano and plugs the hole.
There was only 3 police forces who did the training. So we've got to hope if there is an earthquake, it happens in either Merseyside, Hertfordshire or Hampshire. Otherwise, we're knackered.
It's not actually earthquake training. They're just calling it that because terrorist bomb training might be a bit of an alarmist thing to call it.
Would be a good point.
If they think it's terrorists, though, are they likely to attack members of the Caravan Club?
The heart of this nation, my friend.
I mean, the police training for an earthquake is like Anne Widdecombe walking about with a condom in her bag, isn't it, really? What are the chances of anyone really wanting a shagger?
We got that.
We got that.
I thought we got Maya.
We're not all going.
You never know.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
I'm quite fancy, but
Guys,
that's
she doesn't
not
have that
normal,
condom anymore.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask Hugh to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the royal family.
Your Majesty, this is Jean-Claude, one of our finest designers. Hello. I'm looking for an outfit for my Christmas broadcast. Nothing too expensive. Do you take nectar points? Hang on a second. You can't take advice from this fella. I mean, look what he's wearing. What's happened to your trousers, man? They're too short. What happened? You took them in a hot wash? No, this is a fashion statement. Fashion? Bloody ridiculous. You look like you've stolen them from Frankie Dettori. I wonder if I might get some presents for the rest of the family. What is this? That is a taffeta ball gown, Your Majesty. Oh, that might do for Edward. Oh, this is more like it. Do you take inside leg measurements? And actually, what are you doing on Christmas Day? I've got a bit of a window at 3 o'clock while you're...
Your Majesty, have you considered wearing a catsuit for the Christmas broadcast? I think it's very you. It really is very modern.
Hang on a minute. Is that a pink shirt? You'd never have got away with that in the army. Please don't take any notice of my husband. I'm hoping to have him put down. Now, listen carefully. Don't say anything. But you see that woman over there with the hair? I think she may have stuck her finger in an electric socket. Don't say anything, because I think...
Oh, no, Your Highness, that's Elizabeth Emanuel, one of our finest designers.
Designer? Oh, my God, what's the world coming to? Oh, never mind. Anyway, where's Nick Griffin? 3 on the table.
Well done, Hugh! I'm going to say that's so Milton. What are you doing for the Christmas?
I remember years ago getting up really early Christmas morning, running downstairs, ripping open one of my presents, but unfortunately it was a puppy. That's not true. It was a kitten. That's not true. It was an old man. I remember all I wanted for Christmas was an action man. What I got was a plastic doll with a cord on the back, and you pulled it when 25, 25, 25, 30, 35, 35, 35, 40. Looked at the packet. Auction man. I don't know about you, I often feel like Joseph at the inn in Bethlehem, holding a crib of straw and saying, no, I wanted to see the manager. The most peaceful Christmas I remember, the manger.
This is because there has been opened a new Harry Potter theme park.
Woo!
And there's apparently one of the rides there, right, was so swift and tortuous, there was a bloke with a prosthetic leg on it, and his leg fell off whilst he was going round the ride. Imagine you're waiting there to go on the ride, and one of the blokes pops off going, I've just lost my leg. You freak out, wouldn't you?
If you had a prosthetic, you'd loosen it, though. You would loosen it. You'd do that for the crack, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would take it.
The only people going to this are just proper I like Harry Potter a lot, you know. Just dressed as Harry Potter, holding a broom.
One of the rides is called Harry Potter's Forbidden Journey.
Oh, is that right?
And we'd all like to know what that is, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, it's probably the ride we all want to go on, which is Hermione.
Yeah.
Someone had to say it 6 years ago. It would have been dodgy. Now, game on.
It should have one of them height scale things. They have all theme parks of the Harry Potter one, but it should say you have to be below this height to come in because it's a children's book, and regardless of what cover you put on it, it's kids' literature, so grow up and read a newspaper.
Perhaps.
That's you,
Take that, Harry.
How do you know they don't, like, for all the kids' rides, that there isn't a grown-up version of the ride just next to it in the plane or covering? Exactly.
The problem is, you don't need a theme park to have fun with Harry Potter. What you could do, this is for free, you can change the words wand for wang, and you can have a terrific... I've prepared an example for you. Are you OK, said Harry. My wang, said Ron. Look at my wang. It had snapped in two. The tip was dangling limply, held on by a few splinters. That's an hour's fun.
I'm loving the idea that you've sat down and just worked out exactly. Oh, wang, that'll be good. He's got a wang.
I had a Radio 6 music show to fill.
Big one. Two more.
The big Potter thing as well is, like, you know, they've done a theme park now, but before it was like, oh, the book v the film thing. And I always get really annoyed with people like, oh, the book is infinitely better than the film. You're like, no, it's not, because it's a book. It's like, when you read the book, you can use your imagination. Yeah, and do you know what I imagine when I read your silly little book? A film.
The problem was they were saying, how come you've got to go to Orlando to experience the Harry Potter theme park? How come we can't have it in Britain? And you're thinking all you're going to do is pay over the odds to queue for ages to go on an old train. You can do that in Britain every day of the week.
Surprisingly, Quidditch is a big game, second most popular game in South Africa.
Quidditch.
Quidditch, sorry.
Yeah,
Quidditch, thank you.
Quidditch. That's a very different sport.
That's it.
Has got no relevance.
Ding dong, let's all sing it together. Ding dong, verily on her.
OK, how will one London shop be getting into the festive spirit early?
Selfridges have started selling Christmas stuff. Well, they're selling it from the beginning of August.
Yes, they are.
Do you know one thing they don't sell at Selfridges, interestingly, is fridges? They don't.
Yeah, there's a gap in them. You think they would have spotted that? You think somebody would have been sitting there in the canteen looking at a sign for the shop and gone, ding! Light bulb! From the light bulb department, obviously. Yes, they do. And people are very angry about this. Why are people angry about this?
Maybe they're angry because they're selling, apparently, a life-size donkey for £500.
Yes.
And you're thinking, no wonder that they've got to start selling in August. They need all of that build-up to actually flog a life-size donkey. Who wants a life-size donkey? You can imagine people wanting maybe a little nativity scene, but there's not much point having a little Joseph and a little Mary and a giant donkey. It won't look like something out of the Bible, it'll look like something out of Shrek.
Yes, where's the baby Jesus? He's been eaten by the donkey.
That's what Boyd is trying to sell that thing. It's like flogging a dead horse.
Very rarely will that phrase be used as appositely as that.
But the thing is, Christmas, like, because I've been asked to do the Bath lights again.
Again?
But I can't take on that.
Because you know that you were turned down the first time.
Because he'll turn up again and ruin it.
He's not. He sold the house. Sorry, you know this, don't you? You know this, don't you? He was asked to do it last year, and then they turned him over for some Nicolas Cage guy.
Yeah, but Depp's around there as well. Depp will nick it off me. I can't compete with Depp. I saw Depp in Bath High Street, and a woman actually went, "Whoa!" You know? I've never made a woman make a noise like she just jumped into a cold jacuzzi.
Dar, you lit the Maidenhead ones, didn't you?
Is this joke going to run and run all the way through to Christmas?
Forever. Hello and welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Kevin Bridges, and that won't be helpful.
I'll tell you what.
I'm presuming microphones in other studios picked that up.
Don't worry, that's half the compilation sorted out.
Please, you have the juddering shot of that.
Hugh had his hands down his trousers and said to me, I have to rearrange Mr. Dennis.
That's what I call my penis.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And he said to me, do you have to rearrange Mr. I said, not Mr. Dennis, no. Or there would be a good new round.
I couldn't actually find Mr. Dennis. Mr. Dennis is apt to wander, isn't he? He's getting apt to wander, yeah.
Actually, you know, really unsettling feeling when you're on stage, I'm on tour at the moment, is when, you know, you're zipped up and everything, right? But you've forgotten to close the buttons of your boxers or whatever, and you pop out of them. So you're not on show, but you kind of feel you're on show. So you glance down and check, no, I'm definitely not on show, but, oh, that feels like I'm on show.
Is this following...
I think B, the B...
Jesus, I'm telling you.
I know the answer.
Why don't you come up with it if you know?
I know what the answer is. This is the way this works. I can't just give the correct answer because I have it written there and there. I know what it is.
But we don't.
You guess what it is.
You're bored of us guessing, you say what it is.
Do you want me to straighten Mr. Dennis for you?
If I'm honest, Mr. Dennis has straightened himself.
No one fucking Which unexpected guest turned up at this year's event?
Rod Hull.
Not Rod Hull. Nor Darth Vader. Frankly, if you're not going to take this seriously.
It was the Queen, Dara.
It wasn't the Queen.
It was Prince Charles.
It was Prince Charles, yes.
Yeah. Oh, OK. I'm not quite sure which event we were talking about.
I know, yeah. Just about it, if you're worried about the height of it, Hugh's the tallest person, without seeming rude. But so just...
Why don't you measure it against the shortest one?
Yeah. Russell, could you come out? Or, sorry.
Where is love? Merry Christmas, everyone.
Somebody didn't get the memo about how he has to be called Mr. Howard.
Mr. Dennis means something...
OK, thanks.
Which pundit has managed to have a 100% success rate?
Paul the Octopus.
Is he your friend?
You can have him if you want. I don't think I have any. I don't think, unless another octopus story appears in the news, I'm not sure what use it would be to have a plastic octopus.
You could put him on your face and pretend to be part of Doctor Who.
Oh, no. There'd be more. It's Alien.
Oh, let's be honest, we were talking about pranks earlier. That would be a good one to play.
That would be a good prank, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Sellotape it to your face.
Yeah.
Not where you've got it at the moment.
No, that's more... It'd be a hell of a codpiece, though, wouldn't it? Oh, sorry, you can't see it. That's it. That's right there. Oh, yeah? So next topic is... Bad things to hear on a commercial space flight.
Houston, I don't like cliches, but...
This is a passenger announcement. There's no need to panic, but can anybody here speak Klingon?
You're an alien. Allow me to shake you by the hand. That's not my hand.
Passengers are asked to disembark at Mars to get the bus replacement service to Croydon.
Help! We're being sucked into Uranus.
Alien! I'm giving birth to an alien!
Your faces.
And today's in-flight movie is going to be Apollo 13.
Can anyone fly a rocket? I'm afraid the captain's been shagging the stewardess and he's burnt up on re-entry.
Passengers looking at the right side of the craft, there's the moon, of course, and at the left side, Star of Brian. Nice.
In the event there is a loss of cabin pressure, your blood will literally boil and you'll explode.
This is Captain Solo. For those of you wishing to join the Mile High Club, my co-pilot is waiting in the lavatory. It's a service we call Nookie with a Wookie.
OK, the next topic is... unlikely things to hear at Christmas.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that. It was alive when I wrapped it.
Your present's under the tree. I won't tell you which one. There's the forest. Here's a spade.
Yes, of course. Your mother always enjoys a good stuffing. Well, she used to.
Coming up, how to cook giblets. I'm terribly sorry, it's Madonna live in concert.
Shh, I'm trying to watch the Queen's speech.
I'm all for fun, but I draw the line at Twister.
What's your present? Ho, ho, ho! It's a hoe.
Hello, my loyal subjects. Christmas is a difficult time of year for everyone, except for me, since I found out about Cash for Gold. Cha-ching!
Batteries included.
Let's play charades. Your mother and I are going to pretend to be happily married while the neighbours come round for a drink.
And of course, we're all very sorry to hear of the death of Santa Claus, but if you are going to grow a white beard and live in a grotto, it's only a matter of time before the Americans bomb the shit out of you.
No, Sandra, I think you must have misunderstood. Please don't show me that sack.
Dear Santa, please could I have a less violent stepdad? One for the DVD. sorry, I beg your pardon.
This year, I cooked the turkey Nigella style. By that, I mean I did the cooking whilst your dad went and cracked one off.
OK, again that round. The points go to Ed, Andy and Miles. Merry Christmas.